I look at what's in front of me, don't focus on the other things. I know that if I'm struggling, that only leads to a tough for me. And I want and need something that could challenge me, build up all my calluses, push through all their callousness. Becoming reckless, I'm ambitious and I'm restless, yeah. Was an apprentice but possessed a different engine, so I asked a lot of questions and I learned a lot of lessons, yeah. Got different weapons and I worked on my direction, yeah. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, cause we don't hide from the blame. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, we don't hide from the pain. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change. So I work and strive to get all of that. Don't need any luck, my work pays off. Cause the more I work, the more I take off. I don't lack direction, I'm never lost. Always on play, never hit pause. And I teach classes on these things. Lessons came through lyrically, but now I think it's time to be professor of the finer things, to guide the next to try and be proactively trying things in the shadows quietly, building their own dynasty. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, cause we don't hide from the blame. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' hike through the flame, we gon' die with a name. We gon' fight through the pain, we gon' rise up and change. We gon' strive to make gains, we don't hide from the pain. We take pride when we train, we gon' rise up and change.
What's up, everybody? So she was backstage and now she's not. So hopefully she'll figure it out. In the moment, you're stuck with me. Yay! Good evening. Good evening. It's nice to see everybody. How's everybody doing? Old guy Mitch was in here earlier. Toe for Life. Wandering Hippie. Westside was, she was there and then she was back here, and Claiborne, Gregory, hey honey, and we have Baby Vato, the awesome Izzy, X Havoc, if I didn't say you, Deb Loves, got the infamous Lawless, yeet. Desert Go, Maria, welcome in. These always make me so nervous, gosh. Oklahoma, howdy. Tapatios, good to see you. Cliff, hello, for the record. Coming in from New Mexico. And we got Baby Love. She came from Gregory's channel. So if one of my mods can drop her link, she's new. We got Pink Taco up in the house. Four Corners, what's up? Welcome in. I think I got everybody. Dun, 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 dun. All is well. All is well. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? I'm not good at this thing, though. You're welcome, baby love. You're welcome. West Side, I'm gonna put a bolo out for West Side. So, while we're waiting, let me see. I have this little clip I could play. Dun, dun, dun. All right, all right. So, you can respectfully ask. Yeah, sure. Sean Little, welcome in. So I am a 1A activist. Uh, I go out cop watching. I've done a few audits. My whole purpose, though, I feel is just spread the word. Spread the word of what's going on. Um, try to. I would like to build a bridge between the bootlickers and between the 1A activists, you know. Um, I know we're not gonna agree on everything, but I think that there's a middle ground somewhere. Uh, at least I would like to think so. So, I know West Side, one of the things that she speaks about is unification. Um, and that's something that we need more unification, separation. It's the only way that we're gonna overrun and 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 get what we want. We the people. I can't stress that. Uh, welcome in, writes Chrissy. Um, yeah, we do. I also my other half is Toe for Life, so sometimes we do chill streams and stuff like that. Um, so I'm super excited. William Downey, welcome in. Happy New Year. So, yes, I my next interview, I'm fingers crossed, will be with William Downey. Putting you on the spot for a minute. He's a police officer in Arizona. So, yeah, it's unification, building a bridge so we can get the tyranny out of here. We can sit here and complain all we want, but if we don't do anything about it, then what's there to sit and complain about? Um, I believe that 90% of cops are tyrants or bad. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that 100% are because I don't know that. I've met some good cops, but do I know their background? No, so I can't 100% say that. But, I've had good interactions, cop watching. I've had some rough ones. I personally have never been detained or arrested. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Um, but, friends of mine have. So, you know, so that's where we're at. Um, I hope West Side is okay. She was in here and then she left. Uh, if my backup is listening, backup, he can pop in here too. So we can, you know, yeah, lawless. So anyway, that's a little bit about me if you're new or if you don't watch much or yeah. Frank Pants, welcome in. Uh, yeah, I don't know where she is, Lawless. Where'd she go? West Side. I don't know. What's up, Guido? Good to see you. Guido's from the prospecting company community. Be like gold. They do some awesome things over there. I've done a little panning for gold myself. Maybe I have my hold up. Oh, we got somebody. Yay! I'm not alone.
Gosh darn it.
I can do it like you. Like I can sit there and watch your streams and you continue, right? I get like I freeze. I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like I'm a producer, not the person usually in front of the camera, if that makes sense.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
And I know she was back here and then she's not. It's like, oh yeah. Let me hold on. I think I got it.
Maybe maybe there's something wrong with her phone.
Maybe that's because she was in the car, so um okay.
And she
Yeah,
was trying to
see.
tag.
Oh, can y'all see? Oh, I don't
What
know.
is that?
It's gold. I've panned for gold.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I was just showing, my other yeah, my other stuff that I do.
Gold dust, nice.
Yes, yes. It's pretty exciting. So what's up,
See,
Lawless? How you doing? How was your
oh,
New Year?
I'm good. I jumped in here and then I seen. I don't know if she was in chat or not, but I seen she tried to tag people. I'm like, you can't. That's not how it works. You can't tag us.
I know, right? Like I can't tell you the last time I had 40 people up in here. Like if I could bless you, you could see it. It would be
Dang, 40. I didn't
totally,
even look at the number. 40 people. Oh my goodness
yeah.
gracious.
Like I'm like, oh, getting hot in here. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
super
getting a lot.
excited, super nervous, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
What is going on here?
That's how many people love West Side. I mean, I
Dang. I
know,
mean,
right?
geez, what should I do now? I don't want to lose your audience. Oh no.
Can a mod post Tapatio? Tapatio. I don't know
Post
if
it.
my Nightbot's
Post it.
working.
Post
Post it.
Tapatio's link. Post it.
Slap that
Tapatio's
like.
doing a good
Yes,
job out
slap
there.
it. In a world.
In the world. Sean Little in the world. I'm sorry, but I didn't have anything prepared.
No, I mean, just the conversation makes me feel a little bit better, but I mean, I have an interview ready to go, so I'm gonna give her a few minutes, and I just might end up turning this into a Lawless interview.
Well, I think that the questions were specifically designed for her, were they not?
No, I mean there's a section, yes, that is for her, and more of the female activist kind of thing. But there's some general questions. I mean, if I gotta wing it, I gotta wing it. Or I
I
could
see
just
one.
open the panel, I guess, and do you another time, even though I do you now. But sorry, that was a lame funny. Haha.
In a world where West Side is MIA. I
Right?
know, right?
Gosh, I know. And she was back there, but I was playing my little intro video, and then she dropped out, and it was like,
Oh,
dang it!
you
I
lost your
know.
opportunity.
I know. I know. I almost stopped my little video too. I really did. But I brought her up so she could see it, and I was thinking if I did that, at least she'll know. Oh, there she is.
I
Hold
better
on.
shut up.
Wait. Let me see. Dun, dun, dun.
Uh-oh. Tag, girl, tag.
Tag all you guys.
What are you
Yay!
doing? What are you doing?
Fine. Yeah.
I got I was nervous, girl. I was sweating. I was like, you know.
Yeah,
She
West
gonna.
Side. You made me come up over here, West Side.
I told Lawless, I was like, look, let me have a backup. So you got to be my backup in case you don't.
She's gonna show. Well, I've been trying to show for like the last hour.
Well, I saw you. I saw you pop in during the video, the intro video, and then you left, and I'm like, oh, where'd you go? Oh no! I was like,
Yeah, I was
oh, but
having.
I saw you in your car, so I was like, well, maybe she's having issues.
Yeah,
I'll drop
having
down
issues.
there. I'll let you have at it then, okay, lady?
Alrighty, thank you, Lawless.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, yay, everybody! West Side. Oh wait, yeah, West
I finally
Side.
made it. Hi
Yay!
everyone.
Awesome. So, how you doing today? Good.
I'm peachy.
Hopefully, peachy, peachy.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm peachy.
Cool. So we're gonna let me see. Dun, dun, dun. While we're talking, we'll like check out your videos too. We'll do it this way. I'll just have it playing in the background. I like picked a playlist so we could watch as well, kind of thing. I don't know. However you want to do it. It's your interview.
I don't.
I'm just interviewing.
I'm just here.
I'm just here. All
I'm
right.
just here.
So this is Westside Accountability. Everybody who's up in here.
Hey everybody. Finally, I'm.
Yay! Right. All right, hun. So, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
Oh, um, me not knowing my rights.
Okay.
Me finding out that almost 20 years. Well, yeah, 20 years ago, my rights were violated,
Oh
and I
yeah.
didn't know. Basically,
So tell us about if you want to. If you don't, we can skip on about what happened, like the incident. If you just want to give an overrun, like
well, I have
when.
multiple incidents.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
So,
We're listening.
okay, well,
Pick
I have
one or tell
multiple.
them all or whatever.
Uh, my first one was what was it? Hmm, I don't like that one, but my first one
Okay.
was I was 19. You know, you just getting out of well, I was just getting out of high school at that time, and we were at the movie theater, and some guy like chases my friend's boyfriend around the car, and he had some brass thing, and me and my sister gave ID. So my sister, she
Mhm.
went ahead and just paid the ticket, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna fight it because there was something wrong, you know, and just because I gave my ID, why should I, whatever, why should I, go through this?" And so I went through it,
Mhm.
and of course, they said they lost the video from Harkins and all that stuff. So it just BS, the same thing that they still do 20 some years later.
Right.
The other one was my brother. He was 27, I believe, at the time, or 26,
Mhm.
27, 26, and he became paralyzed. He had seizures, and they put him on top bunk in a jail cell, and he had a seizure that day. Fell off the top bunk, and your first instinct is to put your hands out, but if you're handcuffed, how you put your hands out, So
Right.
we don't know what fully happened, but he became paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh my God. I bet
Yeah,
that
so
was
that
kind
was
of
one.
traumatizing.
Very, and we're having, I was still in high school when that happened, so we're having
Right.
to drive all the way to Mesa. So coming from the west side, way, way out west, going all the way to that side of town, and there's hardly a freeway, or something's under construction, so there's no freeway. It's pretty much just, it was a lot.
Yeah. That's crazy. So how did you come up with the name of your channel?
I live west of Phoenix, and I
Okay.
always like West Side. I
Cool.
know I always liked Nate
Wait.
Dogg, so they always were
With
part of.
sorry? Oh, I can't do it. I'm so white. No, I'm just kidding. Awesome. And so we do have some new people up in here, but just to reiterate, what kind of content does your channel contain?
Copwatch. No cop watching,
And
just pretty much um
some
hang
goodies.
out, chat, yeah. Well, that's a whole nother channel, but I do put it on here sometimes where I have
Oh,
my
okay.
baking. Yeah,
Okay.
or any kind of foods. I do catering sometimes. I haven't done a big catering. I really would like to, but I haven't done that yet.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's see. What challenges have you faced so far on being a YouTuber?
Um,
A YouTuber. I guess I should ask, do you consider yourself a YouTuber or somebody who does YouTube?
I'm. I guess I don't know. I don't know what to call myself. I'm just here. I'm pretty much just wanting to educate people on their rights, and that's really just the First Amendment. Second Amendment. If I ever get a gun, I mean, I do have guns, but if I ever get one to carry, then sure.
Awesome. Um,
Yeah.
so how do you differentiate yourself and stand out among others?
Um, I guess because I share all everybody's content. Like I share
You do.
everything.
You were like one of the biggest show love to other channels that I've ever met, and that is so awesome. So
Well, I mean,
everybody
because we
needs to
all
make sure they share Westside.
share it, just share it. I mean, if we can get more people to pay attention to learn about rights, then I mean, what more can you do? What more can you say?
Right.
I'm
And that's
teaching
what I was
somebody
saying.
something.
Yeah. I was, because I have a baby love. She's a new person, who's come in from Gregory's. But, she's asking, well, what do you do? And it's like, I cot watch and I do 1A stuff. But, my biggest want is to find a way to bridge that, you know what I mean? That 1A activist and that bootlegger, you know, bridge, because we the people have to get together. If we don't unite instead of separate, then it's not going to happen.
Right.
And I
I
know
mean,
you've
every now and
you've
again,
spoke out about that.
yeah. I mean, and a lot of people should be speaking out because where our rights are getting taken away every day. I mean, the First Amendment's under attack, even as we speak. Just every state, basically. Like it's a new target, and there's more of us. There's more coming out of us, so they're having to find a new way to suppress us, basically.
Right. So what would your advice be for like people who are coming into our community, right? And then they start seeing uh the arrest, right? Because I mean, we have a lot of people who, have been arrested and charged even, even though it's a charge they should have never gotten, but the government's so corrupt, that they get stuck with some BS charges. But, for me, if I was new coming in, that might make me think about, you know what I mean? Like actually wanting to participate. Because let's face it, if you go out cop watching, your thought is always, am I going to take that ride tonight? At least for me. Like, is tonight going to be that night that someone, violates my rights to the end of taking that ride?
Mm, I guess because I haven't really faced it. That
Like, have you, I mean, I've seen some of your videos, but have you ever had like a real escalated interaction with a police officer?
I have. It's the one. Ray just had a interaction with. I want to say his name is Sergeant Garcia.
Uh huh.
I had him. He tried to like get in my camera and was saying stuff and oh well, he's a drug dealer and that's his crime. And I'm like, well, can ARS be a drug dealer? I'm just asking him the question. And he's trying to
Right.
get smart, but I mean, he couldn't answer that one. That was just no helping him on that. And I mean, he tried to play it, and he's like, the security guard did this, and I was watching it the other day on my video because I don't know if I ever uploaded that. I know I did bits and pieces of it, but
Hmm.
that one was interesting. That one was very, very interesting. And he tried to get me away from that all at all costs. And I'm like, well, the guy was on. He was in public. He was on a bus stop,
Right.
and they took him onto the private property into the parking lot. And then I don't know if they had their knee on him, but I was like, oh, get your knee off him, because the way it was looking, it looked like
Wow.
they had his knee on him, and he was foaming from the mouth. And they're like, oh, he just took his drug. Well, how do you know he took his drug? All that interaction with 10 cops on you, you're gonna have foaming at the mouth
So you
eventually.
were there, like
Yeah,
right there when all this. Oh my gosh.
I
See,
was
I have no.
live.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Live. So, and the live should be still there. I'm not sure if it's still there or
Is
not,
it
but
on your
I
playlist?
did do. Um, I don't think it's on the playlist. I know I'm not sure where it's at.
I'll look for it. I'll see.
All you see is chichis. I gotta lift it up. So
That's okay. I mean, come on, baby. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
I gotta lift it up.
I mean, if it's not, what is it? Drugs, sex, and negativity. You know what I mean? I mean, we can brute. I'm just playing.
At this point,
Hey,
I
I
gotta have my
mean,
name. In it.
it's okay. I did a live with Caucasian, and only because I was in a pink bunny suit taking shots do I think I got like 800 views on that. You know what I
Oh,
mean? I
I
was like,
like those ones when they're the.
it was just like, it was so funny. Um,
I want a Care
so
Bear one.
right. Uh, so let me ask you, being a female, do you think there's a difference between, the female activist and the male activist? Like, do you see it, or have you maybe encountered a biased opinion, or like for me, especially in Texas, it took forever for me to get acknowledged, right? As for what I do. You know what I mean? Like there's still some YouTube channels I won't name, but that are just like, who's that? And I'm like, we've been out together or whatever the case may be. But
um,
but I mean,
I don't
seriously,
I don't think I
the
experienced anything
respect,
like that.
like, well, maybe I'm just not that good, but that's okay. Like the respect, or to get the respect or acknowledgement, even so much as doing what we do. Like, do you see a difference between the female and the male?
Not really, but then again, yeah, because I feel like it's more of a man's opportunity, like because there's
Right,
so many guys that are doing it. But I also think that we need more females because then we can start getting more of these female officers, like from catching them from what they're doing that they shouldn't be doing to anybody, whether it's
right,
male or female.
right.
Because to me, it seems like the females are a little more off-hinged.
I hear that a lot from you know what I mean, that the females, I don't know, I guess think their shit don't stink, or they think they're more in power. You know what I mean? Um,
I think it's just
I haven't
the males
witnessed
have
it.
given them power,
Right,
or not that the males have given them power. I think it's they have a male above them that's given them the power, or that we
okay,
give them the authority, the authority to tell somebody what to do. So then like they're all, oh, I could tell you what to do, like, so now you need to do it. And that's
right,
not right
right.
either. Until
No,
I broke kind of law, then you have no authority over me at all.
right. So I
But
don't know if you saw up on the screen. Home, let me find it. Uh, Oso asked, ask Westside about the boy who shot and cops didn't help with STC.
yeah, no, SJD
Oh,
and
well, it says
campaign.
STC.
Yeah, STC wasn't there. It was
Oh,
SJD news,
okay.
and that was interesting and
So what
heartbreaking at the
happened
same
there?
time. We were cop watching. Pulled up on a motorcycle cop Was he a motorcycle? Yeah, he was a motorcycle cop, and he pulled over a car off the freeway. So he was highway patrol, and he just happened to just walk up, and Tempe was talking to him more. I was just more like static recording in his background. I didn't go live or nothing like that. Next thing you know, I guess there was gunshots. I didn't hear them. I heard the horn of the car, and I can pretty much still hear the horn of the car
Mm-hmm.
just going, just beeping, and that was horrible. That was, and then Tempe and SJD ran up to the car. I didn't move. I There was no moving for me. I was like stuck, and I didn't even know what to do. So it's just I didn't know what to do.
Froze.
I've
Kind
never
of.
been first aid, and I was not gonna even run to the car. I already knew something had bad happened because everybody got out of the car and just ran.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
SJD has it to where the little boy is taking his last breaths. It sounded like he's taking his last breaths. Uh, I don't think he had the video on him, so but you can just hear it.
Yeah. He had just the audio.
And I mean, he blocked that out. He blocked a lot of stuff out in his video. He blocked it out, so you couldn't really hear it. I don't think
So he
Tempe
was
even
shot by
played
the
it.
cops? Is that what?
No, he was shot by another car.
Oh,
It's
okay.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, he was shot by another car. There was another car that was chasing him, and I guess they were trying to get away from the car. They had noticed who it was, and they were like trying to get away. And whoever noticed them had just shot into the car. And the little boy, I don't know if he was standing or if he was sitting, but he was sitting next to his little sister. His sister was like 1.5, 2 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and she's like, "Help! Help! Help my brother! Help my brother!" Everybody else got out and ran. There was I believe she was a nurse. Um, I don't really talk to her. I talked to the guy that pulled up um, and said there was gunshots. He's telling the highway patrol too that there was gunshots,
Hmm.
and the trooper didn't do nothing. The trooper called for all his buddies before he called for an ambulance, and
Are
even
you
the fire truck
serious?
showed up for. Yes,
And
yes.
he
I mean, it's
didn't
in the video.
oh, I'm gonna have to watch it one day or find it or
He was
wow.
he was upset because Tempe told him that he had a gun on his side.
That's crazy.
So by then he was, yeah, yep. I mean, I literally cried my eyes out to you. I mean,
I mean,
it was horrible.
aren't cops, I mean, even cops, first because they're part of the first responders supposed to know like your basic first aid
That cop,
kind of stuff?
that cop was not worried about himself. He's been. Troopers don't do nothing. I'm surprised they even help you on the side of the road if they could. And now in Arizona, they have a whole nother truck that comes out besides what the troopers do. So
Yeah.
I don't feel bad. I feel bad, but I don't feel bad at the same time because you're taking a job that if it was one of your men, and I mean he's a 5-year-old little boy, you didn't even try to even go help him. Nothing. He told Tim P and SJD, "You guys go help him. You're here. You go help him." Like how are you? You're supposed to be a, a hero. They're a hero, and everybody's
Right.
supposed to act. But he didn't even want to help a 5-year-old that was shot. And they were telling him he's shot. He's shot in the back of the head. That cop didn't even get over there until all his other buddies got there. And then he was like, oh, when
That's
he heard
crazy.
the
Right.
other cops come, he goes over to the car finally. He moves his motorcycle barely slow as hell. He's putting on his little gloves. And I'm just like, really? Like,
I mean, the first thing that you would want to do is go apply pressure to the that's nuts. And I guess that's what freaking the whole officer safety thing really gets to me. Like
yep.
I know I think it was HPR even posted it on his community page. Like a pizza delivery dude has twice as, more dangerous job as a police officer. You know what I
A
mean? Like
taxi driver.
it
A
is
taxi
just
driver. Cop watcher. Even a cop watcher just being out in the field is mean, has more risk than a freaking cop. I mean,
Right. Uh,
you have it because you have a target on your back because of the things your your comrades do.
mhm. Mhm.
Because that's what
I
they
mean,
call them in the military, right? They call them comrades. So they're basically your comrade, your co-worker. You're willing to fight after him, but you're not willing to save a 5-year-old. And then
does
that
he still
stupid,
have his job, that cop? Do you know? Like, have you
I
done
believe he
any?
does. I don't even think nothing even came of it. I know SJD and Tempe against police violence really tried to do something, but I don't think nothing ever got done. I'm surprised it even made it to the news.
Right, that would be something that they would like cover up, hush up.
And that's pretty much what happened. Oh, and they were like, "Oh, well, we got the three people that did it, and it was a 33-year-old and two 17, 18-year-old that I guess the 33-year-old was like an influencer too and was getting jumped into a gang or something. Who knows? Who knows at this
That's
point?
crazy.
And
So
so
I guess the little
not
boy
just.
was Jaden, apparently.
hmm Yeah, he lost his life. I mean,
That's crazy.
there was. I mean, there probably wasn't going to be no saving him because he was shot in the back of the head, but that officer could at least gave him at least 10 more minutes
Right.
because that was a good 45 minutes before the cop even went over there to help him. So it felt like it could have just been 10, 15 minutes, but
Oh.
then we had that chief that decided, oh, the cop watchers were just baiting. They set up the scene. No, we did not set it. How you set up a scene like that?
Mm,
Out of all of it, how do you set up a scene like that?
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the one right there that King Charles is saying.
I don't know if I want to play it though. I mean, I would, but I don't know.
It's heartbreaking. That one you're gonna probably want to watch like on your own.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I'm not worried about crying in front of y'all, but I'm just, that's devastating.
No, it's
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, it's not one you want to watch. It's not one you want to watch. 'Cause to tell you the
That's
truth,
crazy.
I don't know how I even got back in the car to tell you. And we had to run back over because Tempe was like on the phone with the cops. He's calling the cops at the same time. We're trying to tell the freaking officer to do something, and the officer's not even radioing anybody over. He's radioing over, oh, we got cop watchers with a gun, and my safety is more important at this point. He's not telling them there's somebody shot. I mean, he could even say he was shot at that point, so we get the freaking ambulance there. Like
I get it, Ozo, and that's, shoot, I will definitely watch it in personal time. I mean, on my personal time, but I would love to, I mean,
I mean,
talk
it
about it
doesn't
more.
show everything. I know if you play SGDs, he
Do you
does
think
mute
he'll
out.
strike me? I don't want to
Um,
get
I
hit.
I don't think so, but
I mean,
I don't
usually
I
I
don't.
ask people to play their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I'm just
know
like,
I have it, but I don't know if I have it on mine.
yeah,
I do have I think a short on the I don't even remember what she was because I'm not even gonna tell her she was a manager. We'll just say she was a manager. Yep. Rest in peace, JC on.
I remember. I think slowly now that I think about it, hearing about it. Oh crap! Yeah, anybody can find the
Yeah.
link without me searching and looking all weird. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I can always share it later too and I can put it in a special file or whatever, I mean.
I bet it. I bet it did. To see that and see how the cops react. Like I haven't had anything like that. Uh, I mean, I've been, I was out with Truth Be Told when he got illegally detained. It was actually our first time that we went out like cop watching, and he got illegally detained, and I saw it, and I was just like, what the freak? You know what I mean? I didn't. I was just. it was crazy. You know what I mean?
It just
Uh,
it just makes your heart pound because when I went and it was I don't even know, was it even the first, it wasn't the first one, because the first one I got to meet so many awesome people that just, I even got to go cop watching. I don't know if you guys even know, like I got to go cop watching with Val Venus. Like Val Venus. Like there's no more you can even say. Like I learned so much from just him alone. I learned so much from everybody. I mostly learned so much from Dirty D. Like
have
I
you gone
mean,
out
if
with
you,
Directy? Like,
I had so many videos with Dirty D. I don't have anymore
yeah.
because he's got other stuff that he's doing, and I just
So
haven't,
who
you
have you
know.
like met and gone out with out of the like
Um,
what names?
I got to meet Johnny 50.
Okay.
I got to meet well, I did meet a lot of the Asian filters. Who was Dredzy, James Freeman. I got to meet Mario before he retired.
Howdy, lady.
So just so many, so many.
Yeah.
Just to even name, there's just so many. Who else? I got to meet Sam Joaquin and the boys.
Oh, did you? I bet that was you.
Yeah, and I thought it was SGV News first.
Yeah.
I thought it was him first. I thought he was the one actually coming out, and when I found out it was San Joaquin, I was like, even, that's even awesome too. Like it didn't even matter which one I got to meet. I got to meet them. I was like ecstatic to
That's
even
kind of
get to
how I
learn
feel.
and
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
And
gone
the
out
person I
with a
really
few.
wanted to meet was Joey, Surreal.
Oh yeah.
Really wanted to meet him. But unfortunately I didn't. But I or not. Yeah, no, not Joey. I got to meet Joey. I also got to copwatch Joey. It's Jay Surreal.
Yeah. 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 I've gotten them confused too. So I mean, you're all
I
good.
do all the time. I do all the time, and it's so bad because like you should know the Jays, but there's Jays, like so they're my Jays.
Oh, that's great. So, what would be the best advice that you could give to somebody who's looking into doing what we do?
um, Definitely know the ARSs. Know my very first video, I guess that I or where very first person I learned from was Furry. She said to know your placement where your feet are. She always recorded her feet being in public. So that was one I take with me.
And what's the
Uh,
purpose of that for those who are watching that, are learning what
that you
their rights are or,
can record in public. So if you're in public, you can record. What your eyes can see, it cannot be, deemed a crime at all. It can be a crime
Mhm.
because what you see, like if I have photographic memory, I'm gonna remember it. So if I have the camera, that means I'm able to record it.
Right? If they want privacy, they have to,
Do it themselves.
yeah. Sorry, I got distracted.
It's a TikTok, iTalk. Where's Gregory?
He's somewhere in here or I'm watching. He hasn't chatted
Did I
lately,
miss
but
him?
he was
Okay.
in here. Yeah. He was
I just
yelling at
make
you.
sure.
What are you doing in chat? You should be up on panel.
Oh, I
You when you
don't know
came in and were
what was
like,
I
tag.
doing? I was trying to get
Yeah.
my stuff ready. I had to make a late entrance. Come on now.
I mean, it's all good. Yeah.
R.I.P.
I was sitting
Jason.
there. I was like, I was doing for those who have done an interview with Caucasian, right? He does this freak out backstage, like 3 minutes, right? And I don't
Yeah.
know if it's just rubbed up on me, but I was just sitting there and I was, thank God for Lawless. He was listening to my ramble. I was texting him back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sweating. I mean, she's not going to show what's going to remember. He's like, stop panicking. I was like, it's too late.
I was
But
trying to
it's all
get
good.
internet. And we were at the park, and I'm like, I have the interview. And then I said, I don't know what time. So I messaged you, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be an hour early, so I'll be ready. No, that didn't work. But then they were like, "Oh, we're going to fries." And then they stopped by the house and okay, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stay at the house. You guys go and play Uno or whatever you guys gonna go do, and I'll just do my interview. I already knew I was doing it, so here we are.
Right, right. What? Oh, ladies thought that we were both of us, what? We're men? But we're not men. We're
Oh
women.
yeah, and and this is why we're doing interviews so you guys can get to meet us and see how we do and that good stuff.
Right. I mean, like you said, we do need a lot more. Right? You and I, Lady Justice. I mean, I got to go out with her. She's amazing. That's one of the females. Michelle Mobile Media is another female I've gotten to go out with. Pink Camera Magic. She was like the first, other than Truth Be Told, she was the first uh, auditor I got to, you know, go out with. So that was like totally, I was like, dumbfounded. And it's when I had my bright blue, like Smurf colored hair, just coming into the YouTube streets. I was like, yeah, great. I look at that video now and I'm going, what the freak was I thinking? But see, last year, 2023 was like, I don't know, a moment for me. Like I went through this menopause thing. I tell so for life. I was like, I don't know what it was, but it was like every month I was dyeing my hair. I had orange, I had red, I had purple, I had green and blue and pink, and it was just every month had to be a new color. I was
Just
like,
filling the
yeah.
colors. That's all.
So now I just stuck with like the reddish, you know. I'm like, I don't want to be, because I'm a blonde by nature, but the older we get, the darker our hair gets, and then it goes gray. It goes dark and then gray. It's like, what? I don't know. It's
I,
all good
I
though.
mean, I have a few grays. I don't know if you guys can see them, but yeah, I have a few, but I can't complain.
There we go. There's your pretty blades. I'm just kidding.
Okay. And I went the Grinch. I don't know if you guys noticed.
It's the green. No, the green.
And I was actually trying to do a heart, but I didn't end up doing it.
A heart. How do you do a heart?
I don't know. That's why I didn't do
Oh,
it. I mean, I watch videos on it and I'm like, that looks kind of hard, and I don't really have time to do it. Thank you, hey,
right.
honey. You're beautiful too.
Yes, yes. So for those, you made a comment. You said it's another channel. What's the channel's name of your goodies?
Katie's Palace.
I don't even have that channel. What the hell? Somebody will drop it for
That's
me.
because I haven't snuck in yet to do it.
Oh, see. All right. Well, somebody drop that. One of my mods. I have a few in here.
A veteran
Please
affair
don't.
always has it too, but he's been busy lately. Drop the
Obviously, I'm not
link.
good enough, right?
My phones are dead, so I'm lucky I'm even getting this one to work right now.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you gave me 48 minutes of your time to do, an interview. And, I mean, I just wanted to share your perspective on things, your channel. I think you're great. I think you're awesome. I do think that, we need more sharing. Sharing is caring. And I think definitely if we get more female activists together or supporters, you don't even have to be an activist. I mean, supporters are definitely, just as big, because if we didn't have supporters, where would our channels go? You know. Yes, Katie's
Right.
Palette. Yes. Nightbot is putting
No,
grapes in butt.
It's
Oh,
Katey.
Katey.
Don't put grapes in your butt. Katey apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S.
and, the,
There you go.
and then
Look, Hey
palace.
Honey is on it.
There it
Boom.
is. County has it. I knew she have it. Hey, honey's always on it,
Right.
girl.
So definitely. But yeah, so I mean, as Caucasian said, you did it. You did a show. Woo woo.
We did it.
He cussed me out, New Year's
So
Eve. He's like,
did it?
and I'm like, what? And he goes, you got West Side first. I was like, how does it feel? Because he got Lawless first. I'm still waiting for Lawless. I
Oh,
was like, Lawless,
yeah.
I'll take sloppy seconds. He's like, what? But
Well,
I mean,
technically,
yeah.
Gregory had the first interview.
Well, yes, that's true.
But and then not to burst your bubble, but Northwoods
Okay, look,
Press had
I'm
me the
third,
other day.
whatever, whatever. I just got one, you know? So it's all good.
Yes.
I am honored
No
to
worries.
have you, however number I may be. It's all
Yeah,
good.
and you're still in the tops. You're still in the top, so it's okay.
Woot, woot,
Yes.
right?
Okay, there it
So it's all
is.
good.
John has it. Yes, thank you for
Okay,
putting a
so
veteran
try that one.
affair. Also get the Angry Vets link. Can we
Yeah,
get
my
everybody's
Nightbot
link?
is working. People can
Hey
use my
Maria.
Nightbot. I got a
Hey
Nightbot.
everybody.
I think. Command.
Also,
My chat's getting all
also I'm
crazy.
still waiting for my package. Also, still waiting on my package. You said you were sending it.
Mistakes have been made. Oh, Pink Taco, they're talking smack.
Uh oh.
So I dropped the link for anybody that may want to come on and say hi or speak
Yes,
about
come on up.
something. I mean, any girls up in the house? Yay, you can come up. What's up, Spike? Dang, it's been a long time. Good to see you, buddy. Spike. She makes some good
Oh,
videos.
you could play
Music
that one
videos.
video that Wrangler did. That he did on me, and he gave me a mustache or
Shut
goatee. I
up.
don't even know what it was. Yeah, I actually put it in.
Let me see.
It's called the trash file. So there's one of Gregory, and there's one of me
Okay.
that he did with Gregory's life. That's the one I've been telling everybody that they should go laugh about. And then on Veronica's page, she's got it. She's got where me and Tempe are singing, um, making our way down south.
So is it on those that are against the Constitution and more? Is it on that one?
I
The
think so, or it might say trash as a playlist.
okay. Let me
So it has
see.
to be in the playlist. And there's only two videos in there, and it's one, like I said, of me and Gregory, and then one of Gregory. I don't know what they did to Gregory. They did something.
Let's
But
see.
that's the one I was like, you know, they want to troll. I mean, they did troll me. You know, they did whatever, and they did do the video. Friday the Ringer did a video,
Mm-hmm.
and so you know, like you know, people think, oh, you don't like it and you hate it and you do this. No, I don't. There it is. Go ahead, play. I don't care. You know, like I'm here to educate and learn from everybody else.
Right. I mean, that's all we can do. I mean,
Exactly what I mean.
I'm 2 years into the activism, and I mean, like you said, I've just recently learned, like my eyes have been open, like on what's really going on. You know what I mean? Um, and I want my daughter, I want justice to be able to grow up and be able to have a right to speak her mind and the freedom to do it. You know, that's why I do what I do.
Mm. Oh, I mean that's the whole purpose, and it's funny because, like, I to my parents didn't are not didn't even know nothing about rights and didn't know that you know we even had the rights. Oh, we should just you should just go out and do what they just say. Just do what they say, and why should we have to just do what they say? Like, we do
Mhm.
have a voice. I mean, we're just doing what they're saying. And look now where we're at. We're taking vaccines that we shouldn't be taking. They're putting shit inside these things that we don't even know what they're using.
Mhm.
For all we know, they're feeding us dog crap.
Right. Arizona cops are scandalous.
Yeah, they're definitely scandalous. They don't know nothing about rights.
I mean, I've heard a lot from, you
Well, not
Arizona
all of them,
auditors,
because
but go ahead.
you're doing an interview on Downey, and Downey knows them. Because I ask Downey all questions all the time. Get a chance. I try to question him something or anything I can. I try to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see what I can and cannot ask him. You know what I mean? Like, what are my limits? And because I'm going to ask those hard questions. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm hoping that he can answer it and give me a story, a true story of where he implemented that. Because the biggest
Well,
thing,
right now, fair warning.
fair
Down, he's a
warning.
joker, so he's probably gonna joke with you.
Oh, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. But if he wants people to take
And he
him
will joke.
seriously, you know what I'm saying? I mean, especially with him being a cop, then
She
by
does.
all
He,
means.
you
No,
need to
I don't
interview
know. He
Pastor Val.
he wouldn't give me the time of day. But I mean, it's all good, you know? Um, I, and that's just all that, you can joke and joke, but if you want to be serious, about it, then, you know, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm
He's
totally
even saying
down to
ask
go
him
to
anything.
Arizona. If West Side will put me up for a day, I would be willing to fly and do a in-person meet with him and stuff like that. But, you know.
Okay, well, let me get my car first, okay, you guys? Let me just get my car first.
Let
And
me
then
give
we'll
it. I
work
just
on
need
putting
a
you
couch
up and
or a
going.
floor, No, just like,
I'm sure my
um,
mom wouldn't mind letting you use her couch, okay? Because we live in the basement.
hey,
Hmm.
it's all good, right? I may or may not have an answer, and that's fine too. You know what I mean? I
No,
want
no,
you to be
no. I mean,
honest.
I can figure out
Um,
your spot. That's not a problem. We can always get a hotel. Like that's not a big problem
yeah,
because they got two
I
beds
mean,
and I got my own bed, and
right.
that means I get to sleep in my own bed.
I mean, I'm down. It's a 17-hour drive, but I'm totally down to drive it if that's what I needed to do. But I can fly it, so it's still in the works. Um, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then one day I'm gonna go out there, so I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I got
Hopefully,
set on.
Oso will, help me with some interview lineup questions. I've had a couple people give me some tippers, so I'm excited.
Well, I
AJ
can't
talking
wait
about
for it. Is
spending your money
that
on
this
plane
Saturday?
tickets.
Is that this weekend? You're doing that interview?
Oh, I don't know yet. We haven't set a date. It's just
Oh, I picked the date already.
no, no. I wanted to get done with yours, and then I was gonna get with him because we both decided, wait till after New Year's. So we've been in
Oh, okay. So
communication.
mine
So
mine just came real perfect. That works.
yeah, yeah. So it was like,
Since I
yeah,
was
and
supposed
then
to do
and
mine
then they
like
can do it. That's okay. I mean, it's all good. I started to watch it, Ozo, and I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Uh, I've been watching other things done by that channel. Um, the soft white underbelly, I think it is. It's crazy. But yeah,
well, that's the
yeah,
whole purpose of Toll for Life's working so we can spend his money, go
I
on trips.
know. I mean, money, money, money. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Big Mike or Big
I
Man. I'm not
DoorDash,
changing people's names and stuff.
Big
I'm so
Mike.
horrible. I know, right? Change the name. Sorry, Big Man.
Yes, I'm
Big
not
Man.
taking the baby with me. It would be it. Toe can handle it. He's a great dad. So
Yeah, so we can puff on some stuff.
I told you, Claiborne, I would totally help you. Like if you could email me, I'll give you my number and we could work on it. Like for real. Claiborne's another one I
We
would
all
like
got
to
to
get
do
on.
it. Maybe you should just do a setup on one so we can all learn.
Oh, how to do it? How to
Just
set it up? Oh, I could.
do a tutorial.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm never probably gonna do it. We'll see. I wouldn't mind doing podcasts though, like just to sit in my car and
I
just chill to myself.
watched the People's Podcast for the first time last week, I think it was. And that is really cool. Like I would like to do that if I could get over my nervousness. But
Jared.
it was very interesting. Yes, he wants to come up on panel, but he doesn't. He says every time he tries to come, his device won't connect. I told him that he needs to give it permissions.
Yeah,
You
you
can do
gotta
that.
allow it.
Claiborne, or Midwest has my number. So yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
yes.
get back there pretty soon. That's my plan, is to get back out. But I think right now I'm just gonna rely on old videos and
And again, it's still educational no matter what, because you always get in the new. I'm not. Look, ever since for 6 months now, I mean, I cop washed until I was about to have the baby. But since the baby's been born, we haven't been able to get out. So I've had to reamp some older videos, you know what I mean? Like, or show them again, because you know what? 2 years ago, I didn't have 2,100 subs. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I had
Yeah.
100, if that, so, or whatever. I mean, so new people are checking out my stuff. And YouTube, once it comes a year,
Well,
it gets out of the algorithm. It's no longer in the
yeah.
algorithm.
What I've been doing is I've been going through everybody's old stuff. I
Yeah.
think I even did yours, and I shared a couple of them. I did it for
Oh, that's
Lawless for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay, because I'm sure you give credit, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you shout that channel out of whoever's content it is. I don't see you
Oh,
claiming it
I
as
just do the
yours.
the community posts, and I'll just
Right,
share it
right.
out.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all good.
I
Nightbot, did you
may
fill my
do
grapes?
you and those grapes.
Yeah, what's up with the grape? I don't know. See, I gave Pink Taco a wrench, and I think he's messing with my Nightbot. Behave yourself. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. You have any other topic? I couldn't find that video you were talking about, by the way. I didn't ignore you. I don't see trash, like the playlist.
Oh, I know I did it. It should be. It's probably underlisted, so you
It
can't
might
watch
be.
it. I'll have to fix
I've
it.
been looking for
But I
something, so.
definitely want everybody to go over there and watch it, because I'm like, I don't. And then he also did a video on Four Corners talking about, oh, Four Corners don't,
Yes,
like
I
they
watched
they
that Frauded a Wrangler. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched that one.
it was
Um,
horrible. When Four Corners did his video, I just laughed my ass off on that video. I shared it. I think I shared that one like 4 times. It was just so hilarious. Like,
Well, and I
you
mean,
don't
a big shout out to Four Corners. I remember when he first started about a year ago. You know what I mean? I mean, I push his channel a lot, but he's starting to put community posts out of some of the comments. You know what I mean? That he's been getting, and it's
Yep.
just, I am so glad that it might get him down for a brief moment, but he keeps trucking. He keeps going out there, and he keeps doing his stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm not tight with the
Well, and
wrenches. Sorry.
everybody stop whining about a wrench. Just enjoy the
I
show.
mean, oh, look, I should have said everybody but Jason Goddard can come up.
All right. How you doing, AJ?
What's up? How are you?
I'm not doing too
Wait.
bad. How you doing yourself?
Good. Do you know West Side? West Side? Jason, West Side.
Hi. Yeah, he used to have
What's
red
up,
hair.
dude?
Yeah, she had McDonald's
Used
Is he
to.
hair.
still
He
red?
used to have red hair. That's
Ronald
maybe a
Oh, now
shirt.
McDonald.
he's always on
Hippies.
Gregory singing sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Very
yeah.
thing. Oh yes, yes, yes. Always shouting that. What's up to Gregory? Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Yep.
Cho says drunk ass Jason.
Drunk ass Jason. Yeah, 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 yeah. Toe knows me. That's good. That's good. Anybody else know me?
Anybody?
Anybody?
I don't know if they would
Anybody else?
admit that they do. I know Slow Burner. I mean,
Oh, you know, slow burner. Where the fuck did
no,
you meet that
you.
motherfucker
What?
at?
I know. Who's Slow Burner?
So I'm saying slow cooker. Oh shit. See, I come up here and say
It's
shit like that. I'm gonna get
a lot
my
of the
ass
things are
kicked.
still hard on SJD.
On SJD?
Yeah.
Is he still, wasn't
Yeah.
he going through court or something?
Yeah, he won. Or I mean, I think he got that dismissed. So he did get that dismissed. He had a lot of stuff going on, and I mean, just you guys. It's hard to imagine, but just think
man.
that you just saw a 5-year-old take his last breath. You know.
Right.
So hey, for the records.
Hey,
I was like,
good to see
private man,
you.
I was about to ask, does anybody know this guy? I just let him
Yes,
up without
that's for
putting
the
my
record.
banner on. My
Come
bad.
on,
What's up
you
for
don't
the
know for
record?
the record.
My for the
I
record account has my name and everything, so I just
Right on, Tony.
I mean, like I said, it was the private man. You know, I've seen, yeah, whatever. What's up?
I love,
Welcome to my channel.
Thank you, thank you. You guys do a lot of good work. Want to
Oh,
thank
thank you.
Westside. She's awesome. She's doing good, man. She's a great supporter for everybody, and you too.
yes.
All you guys, everybody here in the chat. Everyone's an awesome activist and great supporters here.
Yep, I agree. Thank you. Back at you too.
I
All
Thank you
right.
for what
appreciate
you
that,
Doing
do,
man.
what you
100%. Wow.
and thank you for taking
No,
the
seriously,
rest,
I
even though
respect
you didn't
that.
have to.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Well, I didn't really want to. It wasn't really my choice, but
Right. It's never nobody's choice. I
right.
know.
He just
But
scooped
you
me
know
up. I
what?
thought I was just talking to him. I thought I was just having
You
a
were.
consensual conversation
It
with
was
him, and
like
he was all gotta leave.
right, but it was because you weren't listening. You weren't doing what he wanted you to do.
Right, right. But
Mhm.
I don't really got too much updates on that. I haven't even gotten any an official form from the court yet with the with my court case number on it. So I'm still waiting for that so I can the first thing I'll do is probably put in my response, denying what they're charging me for, right?
Yep.
Criminal trespass, criminal trespass and criminal nuisance. So, the first way I'm going at it is by responding with a
You didn't talk about it?
responding and telling them that, I'm denying their claims. I
No,
wasn't
I
being
was
in
gonna say, but
danger.
like most court cases, you're not allowed to talk about, but this one you can. Awesome.
Well,
Tell me.
I'm not it's not a civil case as far as
Oh,
criminal. Um, I don't really see how it really hurt my case
oh,
in
that's
that
good.
sense anyway.
No, I respect that, brother. I'm sorry. Did I take it out the wrong way?
No, no, no.
No, you're good.
You're good.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know what I mean? I'm just telling you, this is how I approach it myself. When you get accused of a crime, you gotta respond back and tell them, hey, I'm not guilty of whatever you're accusing me of, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
For the record, duh, AJ. Gosh, you're the one that got arrested with Four Corners, right?
Yeah, we're four corner. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I
that's
just
for the
had
record.
a dumb blonde moment, so I had to sit there and was like, come on, I know, my bad. I apologize. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah. So
yeah,
did
but
you
you
do
respond and you tell them, hey, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not guilty of what you guys are accusing me of. That's, you guys are
right,
wrong. You make your statement saying, disclaiming their claim, denying their claim. You know what I mean?
right.
So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Just making up something to drafting up um, a dispute against the claim. You know what I mean?
I got
And
the
yeah.
hot heavy.
Until
So
I can
did you
get some
do
more,
a
then
records
I'll put
request?
in for a motion for dismissal or whatever.
Yeah. So did you do a records request for the video footage? Like of any of the body cam. I know they didn't have body cams, but like the footage of the buildings.
I didn't put in any request for that. As far as that, I think my footage and Four Corners footage is the best.
Plenty.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
shows,
Yeah.
he's filming me, I'm filming him, so we got a cross
Right.
view of each other, recording each other. Good view, you know what I mean? Close up. You hear everything. So I
And
think
it's
those
really good to
cameras are
have
better.
somebody. It's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
good to have somebody too.
And then another thing we got is between me and Four Corners, if we ever go out to with each other, and you know they want to take us apart or separate us or whatever for some reason, I tell them that he's my counsel and I'm his counsel, so they can't be separating us. You know what I mean? You know,
Oh,
so I
okay,
use
yeah.
him and I say, no. I want him to be here. He needs to be here to be my counsel, and he's here to see what's going on, to record what's happening with me. You know, for any legal purposes. You know, he's my counsel. He's
That's
got a
good to know because like Toe for Life and I go out. I mean, that's our duo, and I never thought about that. I mean, not that we've
yeah,
ever been, or tried to be separated, but that's good to know. So, hey, I learned something new.
yeah, because you know if they arrest one of you like they did over there in at the Navajo Nation, they have me in the car. You know, Four Corners can be able to say, hey, I'm his counsel. I'm staying here to make sure he's okay. Make sure you guys aren't doing anything wrong.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it kind of reinforces, your backup, that other person that's with you as your counsel, as legal counsel. You know what I mean? You're giving permission for him to be your counsel to,
Exactly.
just watch a second pair of eyes, legit.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
You guys can always have each other's back where they can, separate you and try to, do anything else, plant anything on
Also,
you or make any false accusations or whatever.
right.
Right.
Right. Right. I have seen progress, but with me not being out there, I'm not sure if the progress is still good or if it's gone back to where they're not uh you know they're actually violating more rights and not protecting the rights.
Right.
So I can't really
Right.
say
Power in
yeah I
numbers
have
for sure.
right. Right. And what it is we all need to just get out there. And I love it because George is still out there. George is still in Mesa and he still does record as much as he can. Tempe's still out there and they get to record. I'm not physically out there because like the whole crew just doesn't really go as much anymore and everybody's pretty much living their own life. It's like, we graduated from high school and everybody goes their own way.
Right.
And it was good while it lasted, and now we're all separated. So now it's like let's come back together. We I, like AJ always says, united we stand, divided, we're gonna
We
fall
fall.
every time,
Mhm.
Mhm. It's
and
like
that's what they want. They want us fighting each other. They don't want us protecting each other.
ants. There's more of us than there are of them.
Hmm. Yep. And even that, we got more of the we the people. If we can get more of the we the people behind us, we can take back this country. We can take back everything that they're doing bad against us.
Right.
Sorry, bye. He left us. Records.
It's all good. He'll come back maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still that was a lie, and I made the mistake. So I was trying. I wasn't trying to correct DirectD, but I for sure thought they were still in New Mexico. So I was like, oh, there's no qualified immunity, and I didn't read the title. So I've now made it I've made it more now. I have to tell myself to look at the titles because I definitely did not know they were in Arizona and I didn't know they were in Window Rocks. I was thinking, oh, this New Mexico. There's no qualified immunity in New Mexico. And DirectD was like, no, they're in Arizona.
Mhm.
Well,
And,
that's a good
yeah.
point you're bringing up. Qualified immunity. What I like to say is, if anybody, if there's, if I'm wrong, let me know. But as far as qualified immunity for any municipality, for cops, judges, lawyers, elected officials, nobody has qualified immunity. None of them, in no state, nowhere. I know there's states that say, oh, they have qualified immunity, but they don't have qualified immunity because they have to be working in good faith. And they're not working in good faith because they're violating your rights willingly and knowingly. And the reason why that is because there's no excuse. There's no ignorance of the law. There's no excuse for ignorance of the law. For us, for all of us, You know, all of us here, they can say, "Oh no, you don't have that excuse. You're supposed to know." Well, that goes the same thing for them too, especially for them because they're deemed to know the law. They don't have an excuse. So when they violate your rights, they do it knowingly and willingly because they're deemed to know the law. We don't have the excuse for ignorance of the law. We can't claim that. Neither can they. And Owens versus Independence. Look that up. Owens versus Independence. That's a ruling saying that no municipalities have qualified immunity because when they violate your rights, they do it knowingly and willingly because they're deemed to know the law. They can't say, "Oh, I didn't know," because they're judge. They're a judge. They're a cop. They have an oath to that. They've studied it. They learned it. They went to class. They don't have any excuses. No
a lot of
immunity
them
anywhere.
haven't gone to class though. A lot of them haven't gone to
Private
class.
man,
It's been years since they went to class.
welcome to the real world.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
and
You'll get it
barbers
quick.
go 2 years
I
for
hope you get
school,
it
but
quick.
then a cop can go 6 months. Like they should be having bachelor's degrees in and the Constitution. That's the
and
only one they need to even have any knowledge of is the Constitution because that's what they
and
took
even us.
their oath on.
We don't, like I said, we don't even have any excuses to say, "Oh, I didn't know."
No,
We don't
I
have that. They
mean
don't give us
we
classes.
did because
Give me
They
better
don't give us
examples.
classes, and we're expected to know it. They don't give us any classes, but the citizens are expected to know all the laws too, right?
right,
Mhm.
Okay.
and
That
we're
goes the
going to
same for
school
them.
for math and science and stuff that we're never going to use. I
Yeah,
still
like
have yet to use
yeah,
that divide,
and the
multiply,
best
and
one I
subtract.
seen on I'm sorry. And the best one I seen on that one was I'm drinking and driving. I know my rights. Go on, carry on. Explain it to me. Yeah, they have rights. I'm drinking and driving, but no, you can't pull me over. I'm drinking and driving. You had no authority to pull me over while I was drinking and driving. Go on, explain.
Who?
Well, see, on that, you shouldn't say drinking and driving. You should say I'm drinking
No.
and traveling.
Oh, drinking and
That's the new one. 'Cause
traveling. Oh, you old
you gotta,
sovereign citizen. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's do it.
you gotta say traveling. So it's words, like everything is words. It's just like it's
Verbiage.
by
Verbiage
numbers.
is
If
everything.
it's
Yes.
numbers or if it's by words, it's everything's gotta be. You gotta go by that number, or you gotta go by that that word of traveling. You can't say drive. And drive is totally different. And drive is actually for like a taxi driver, somebody that's Ubering or Lyft, that's actually making commerce for the government. We're not making commerce for government. So why do we all jump up and go get a license? Why do we
The
all go get our
definition of
cars registered?
driving is engaging in something and traveling for a price. That's what it is. When you're driving,
Right.
technically in Black's law, you're working for money while you're
So
driving.
that is
So yep.
so that right there is your excuse for drinking and driving?
No.
No,
That's not an
You
excuse
tell me
for
then.
drinking
Tell
and
me,
driving. Let me tell.
tell me. How do you
Yeah,
get
there's
away
no
with
There,
excuse for
You
drinking and
shouldn't.
I
driving.
don't condone. I
No,
don't
no,
condone
no.
drinking and driving.
And
no drinking and driving?
no, it doesn't matter if it was against the law or not. That's immoral. That's endangering yourself and others. That's just stupidity.
Yeah.
It
Then why
doesn't
are
Because
they
you're
matter if
using a
punishing
it's
the
weapon.
ones that are doing it?
Your car is a weapon. You can use your car as a weapon. That somebody can get hurt. There's your
Yeah,
victim, right? There's always
yeah.
a victim.
Like I
There
said,
always
I
be a
don't
victim.
condone
And a
drinking and
cop can be a
driving,
victim. Well, I mean,
but
I guess a cop can be a victim, but
but
physically he cannot be a
when you're
victim.
drinking and driving, you're putting yourself and others at harm. But technically, you haven't harmed anybody, but you are putting yourself and other people at harm. And when you do that,
So see,
it's kind of like, have you ever seen the Minority Report? That's with Tom Cruise, the movie with Tom Cruise. It's where they're policing in the future, and what they're doing is they're using these kind of like these telepathics, and they can tell the future, right? And so what happens is Tom Cruise gets arrested because they believe that he's gonna kill somebody. And so in this future, they're arresting him before the actual crime. And that's what's happening with all kinds of laws, with traffic laws, just basic traffic laws, speeding. They're accusing you of harming someone before you actually harm someone. You're going this fast and you have the potential of hurting people and yourself. And so, we're going to try to deter you from doing that by, writing you tickets, giving you tickets. So, to try to deter you.
So you can eventually lose your license.
Yeah,
But if ruining your car, putting your own life in danger, putting other people's lives in danger, messing up your car is not enough to deter you, that $75 ticket ain't going to deter you from slowing down either.
Mhm.
And it doesn't.
I like this. I like this.
Ours is $230,
That's a good topic right there.
$245 for a ticket.
Price of the ticket. Maybe we should increase them so it would do better, right?
Well, you
Ours
only
is
hurt
$245.
the
No,
person.
no, you just said yourself.
Or
It's not
You're
enough
only
to
hurting the
deter.
person by doing that.
yeah.
By making it. What
And
the
I mean,
cops would
really,
do
You just
if
said
they're
it
speeding
yourself.
or whatever, huh?
You just said it yourself as us normal citizens. That little fucking puny ticket ain't gonna teach me shit. Maybe it should be more. Yes.
But what
Well,
is that going to teach you? I mean, it
yeah,
doesn't
it's not
matter.
going to.
Maybe
The
it'd be a
price.
$700 ticket. Would you learn something from
That's
that?
no, because that's
Well,
just
No.
another ticket you
Okay.
won't
The
pay.
deterrence should be the consequences of driving fast. That's what should be the deterrence. You're driving fast, you wrecking your car, risking your life, risking someone else's life, risking your kid's life, risking your girlfriend's life, whoever. Though that should be the deterrent itself. If that ain't gonna deter you from being responsible, then that 75, 100, $2 ain't gonna make a difference because they're not even caring about their life or the other person's life or whoever they're with.
So wait, you just fucking told me that fuck law enforcement. It's all in your own. It's all in your own shit. That if you were fucking everything up in your own life, it's your own fault.
Well,
Law should
duh.
have nothing to do with it. Thank you. God, you're fucking stupid.
well, I mean, if we didn't have law enforcement, we would have
You're
to
the
take care of
stupidest
ourselves, right?
motherfucker I ever met. This is goddamn YouTube's. Peace, brother. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
No, man.
really though, right?
I'm not saying
That's as stupid as you. I
the law doesn't matter. I'm just
love it,
saying
man. Goddamn.
that's
But if
you
we
know what I
didn't
mean.
have no law, we
You
would have to take care of it ourselves. So if we didn't have no
It's
laws,
like,
like
yeah, I was
we'd
stupid
have to take
last
care
night.
of it
I was
ourselves,
I
and we
can't
didn't
do
have
it.
all these buildings. It's okay, thank you, because I think he was
He's just had
trolling
to.
us anyway.
Well, I mean, if you don't know who Jason Goddett is, he's the drunk of YouTube streets, right? And I can entertain
No,
his
definitely make it.
a little bit, you know what I mean? But I mean, when we're really trying to have, a productive panel, you know what I mean? Like I just have to call it quits. So I mean, you're right. Stupid is, stupid does, and you're stupid, so stupid is stupid.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. You have to be. That's the thing about being responsible. They do statistics. The faster you're going on this street, 55 miles an hour for this street. They say if you go faster than that, that's a speed limit. Because if you go faster than that, your risk of endangering yourself and others go higher. The faster you go, you're risking yourself. That's good to know. But people, men and women, should have the discretion to use their own, use your own discretion and be safe. That's called responsibility. People need to know how to be responsible for themselves. And of course, you go faster, yeah, you're taking a higher risk the faster you go. 60 miles an hour, taking a higher risk. 65, you have to use your discretion, be responsible. That's what, as adults, that's what's upon us, to be responsible. And when you don't have that responsibility, you pay the consequences, which is losing your life, your car, those
Right.
those those things
I
that
mean,
really matter.
Well, and baby love, like I'm not one who will sit here and say defund the police. I think that's the stupidest thing, in my opinion, ever. However, the law enforcement that we do have needs to be retrained, re-educated. You know what I mean? The law is the
Yeah.
law. This officer discretion crap. I mean, it to me with um immunity is just it needs to go qualified immunity. It needs to go out the door. I mean, if the law is the law, if you break the law, you break the law, right? Why should one person get away with this thing when the next person gets busted for it? Because the cop was having a bad day, they're going to write that person a ticket, but the next day they're having a good day. So a different person doing the same infraction that the first person did gets away with it. I mean, if we have to follow law, they have to follow law. The law is law. That's just, I mean, but that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because we have too many of that. I mean, and if
And
the law is something that can be, officer discretion, then maybe we don't need that law in the first place. You know?
and
I
and
mean,
you don't need officer discretion when you're going fast and you get in an accident. That's when the harm is caused. It's not before the courts and the state are trying to
mhm,
jump in and
trying
try
to
to be a
regulate.
middleman and try to get a little something before the actual shit happens. Oh, you're
Mhm.
gonna hurt somebody. Let's stop you.
right.
I'm gonna get a little cut before you hurt somebody. But no,
Before
no.
you hurt somebody.
You go on living your life until you do hurt somebody, and that's when the crime is done. There's no crime
Right.
until it something actually happens. And the thing is that they want to prevent it, right? And that's
Right.
their idea, to try to prevent it before it happens. But when you're doing that, all you're doing is um, making someone innocent have to pay that fine. They haven't done nothing. They haven't actually hurt somebody, but the court jumps in and tries to get a piece of that. The
Mhm.
state tried to make a revenue out of that situation. And yeah, it does. They're preventing. It prevents stuff, but at the same time, you're harming that man who has to pay that $80, and now he doesn't have money for that light bill, or maybe some food, or new shoes, or the brake pads for his car, fix the flat, whatever.
Hey, Patricia.
It,
Right.
it
Right.
deprives you
Right.
of
But
your full
they get to
freedoms
go
and,
home
and
to
living free.
a warm home though. They get to go home to a warm home. They're not paying anything. I mean, half of them do stupid stuff too. There's plenty of videos out there of them getting arrested for DUI themselves, and are they
Hmm.
getting ticketed? Sometimes they're losing their job, but are they going through the same thing that some of these people are going through that ain't even got a DUI, blowing 0.000, but they got arrested for doing what? For just being alive that day and being in that cop's way? Like that don't make no sense either. I
Well,
think
like
we need to get
Oslo
rid of
said,
cops. Period.
you're a woman and you're of color, right? So,
Hmm.
there's the racial complexity that will happen. I mean, how do you get treated when in your times when you've gone out with those other auditors, right? Did you feel or did you see yourself getting treated differently than the other ones, or not even with them, like when you go out on your own? If you have you noticed, because you are female or because you are of color, you know what I'm saying, getting treated differently? Because I'll tell you what, me being a female, I have seen it and felt it, me getting treated differently by the police officers than a male would. Like they tend to buck up more to me because I'm a female, you know what I mean, than they would a male auditor.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I a few, but not too many. I more had the guys that were with me, cop watching, more protect me. Every time I went out, they made sure I was protected at all points. Um, so I really haven't had that issue. The only issue I had was one, he was trying to yell at me, but I believe it was Tempe and SJD that were with me when we were recording that one, and that was
Mm-hmm.
a trooper too at that time. And the troopers are scared. The troopers don't do a lot of, the troopers don't do a lot. They just pull you over, or they'll go to a scene that something's already
Right.
happened. So like a cop, they're there after the fact. So with the trooper, they're there after the fact, and they're just really just holding up the scene at that point. And it was all blocked off, and that trooper, or that trooper, he was like, "Get on the sidewalk, get on the sidewalk." I made a short of it, and it was like, you're yelling at me, and it was like you're yelling at all of us, but you were like leaning it towards me more, like you were gonna try to throw me to the ground, like, but I had the two guys right there that they were jumping in, they were the ones doing, trying to protect me, make sure that nothing happened to me. So I'm grateful
Mm-hmm.
for that.
That's
Uh,
good though.
Usually they'll go to somebody they think they can
The weak
bully.
link, the weaker link.
Yeah,
Like,
just someone who they think they can pick on, and you see it there. You see them all over.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
But you're strong. You guys are strong. I know they, even though they try to pull that shit on you guys stand up and boom,
I
give
mean,
them
We
some of
just
that's
these.
keep
all we
fighting.
can do. I mean, but
Yeah,
but like she has said, is you've got to know your rights. Don't go out there, you know, for the whatever and be like, I'm gonna make a
all
YouTube
day.
video, I'm gonna go cop watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you know your rights, great, go for it. Because let me tell you, it is an adrenaline rush. It is exciting, but you have to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get yourself in a bind. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, or you could get hurt. I mean,
It's not enough to
straight up.
just know your rights. You gotta really know them, and and not only that, you gotta know how to defend them. Because if you do, if you're if you're defending your rights, you can get hemmed
Right.
up,
If you
and you're
know
gonna
your
have to learn
rights,
how to defend it, not just know it, but to
right.
be able to
Right.
defend it in court. Because that's another story. That's a whole other story. Knowing your rights and defending them in court are two different things. You got to process in court where you know what I mean. You're turning in papers. You got to have certain time and kind of know the process a little bit.
Right. So
Right.
Osa says, how is Mesa, Arizona compared to other cities?
Mesa's the worst compared in Arizona. Right behind it is Surprise, because Surprise, I want to say back in September, early October, maybe it was late September, I believe it was. They shot somebody. I guess he had a gun. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he had a gun and he got shot. And we don't hear nothing else about that. They also had in Surprise, a lady took a knife in a care center or like a rehabilitation, and she started
Uh huh.
stabbing people. So
Oh my
it's
God.
getting pretty bad at the Surprise area. So it's moving from Mesa to Phoenix, but it's more like the people. Like it's the people right now. It's I've seen Peoria a couple times, um, stop people at the bus station, which Mesa does that a lot.
He kicked himself out
Just
again.
picking on people and that kind of stuff.
Have you had any retaliation from cops or the system or even YouTube for that
Um,
matter?
had I had the one that's on my channel. It's from Mesa, and I went live, and I was literally around the corner from Direct D's house, and I think I was trying to text him. I'm not sure if he was out and about and he was getting his morning coffee like he usually does, or his afternoon coffee. But I parked around the corner, like literally, there's apartments right behind the little brick wall that the cop had. They were still in the guy's truck. It was a white truck. The guy comes up and he was like trying to talk to me, and I didn't say anything. I was just, I'm quiet. I do silent live sometimes, where I'm not gonna say nothing to him at all.
Right.
So I wasn't saying anything. I was just recording. I was like, oh, cops, like, let me just get out and record. When make sure the guy was okay. They already had two guys surrounding him, and another guy was coming up. Um, They drove around the little wall, and they were like, bye. And they said my first name, which my first name is Karina. I don't mind saying it and putting it out there. My name is Karina. And they were like, oh, bye, Karina. And I was like, oh, so you ran my tags, huh? So like that was the most retaliation I've had so far. Other than that, not really had anything really.
Right. So do you think that YouTube has censored any of your videos?
No, not really. Not really.
Have you had
I mean, I
any
don't.
experiences with trolls
I have. Remember, I
because
told
of
you
your
the video.
content? Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, the
just the
yeah,
video that I've had. The one video. I mean, I've had trolls come in my channel. I don't care. Um, they can come. I've had. I got put into a whole thing back in June, July ish, where stuff were said about a certain person, and then that person started stuff, and it just got a whole big ass mess, and I got put in the middle of it, and I felt like I lost a lot of people, but for me, I feel like I've grown because I'm not letting that one person or those people try to tear me down because
I
I'm not
remember
here
when that
for them.
happened. Yeah,
I'm
right.
I'm for them. I mean, I can tell you, and I've said it before. I I haven't been drinking. I haven't drank in over 3 years. It was 3 years on the
Amen.
28th of
Woo woo.
of um yeah, August. Um and
Congrats.
I was literally in June. I was literally to the point where I was about to delete my shit, and I was about to I have bottles in my room, and I don't touch them. They're here
Right.
for my cousins, my sisters, who whenever they need them, there's bottles. So, Christmas comes, there's them a bottle. Not a big deal. I have bottles. I can look at it right now and I don't care for it. I went 20 some years with drinking. I don't need it. I'm good. And I went every day, and I found myself taking little shots that I found in my purse in my office while I'm dental assisting. I'm a dental assistant.
Okay.
Well, I don't dental assist no more. I teach it, but I took a shot at work, and I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't be doing this. We were on Snapchat and see a shot, take a shot. I saw a shot, so I did the whole video, took the shot, and and it made me think I probably shouldn't be doing this, and yeah, it was me by myself, and I didn't really have anybody watching me and I had been doing it for almost 12, 13 years by then, like, so
Right.
I knew what I was doing. I knew I wasn't going to be, breathing down a patient's neck. I got a mask on. I should be good, and it was just one shot, and it was actually Christmas time where it was like half day. I was going home. We didn't have no more patients, and so it was, I was just cleaning up for the rest of the day, and it made me think, "Oh, I don't need this." And then also my kidneys was like, no, no, we're not having this no
Yeah.
more, so shut it down.
Right.
So it was more like a health thing, but I quit cold turkey. Still haven't picked up anything, and
Have you had
well,
to
it's
deal
okay.
with like any crazy street drug people out while you're out there?
We had a street walker, or the lizard, like not really chase us, but like was like, get the cameras out of here. Other than that,
Yeah.
no, not really. No, not really. No, never really had no issues with that. No gangster issues. A couple of them were like, well, why are you recording? So can you kind of explain it to them.
If you
Other than
were
that,
in
no.
danger, would you call the cops?
If I was in danger and called the cops,
If you
no.
were in danger, would you call the cops?
No, the only time I ever really called the cops was when my dad went. He took the car and he disappeared with it, and he actually ended up in Scottsdale, so he can no longer drive. So, and then we just really just did a silver alert. So that was the only time we ever did anything. But other than that, no, I would not. I would take care of myself. I would take care of myself, or I would just walk away and hope that person had a great day and they can maybe reflect on what actually happened or what we were even really fighting about.
Right. I like to troll my besties. Just ask Midwest and HR. Except you're not a troll.
He can be.
Yeah, he can be. I just don't
Yep.
think of him as a troll.
No, he's not. He's great people. Hey, Teresa. Teresa P's in the house.
Yeah, she is.
Definitely, I'm definitely gonna look up the Owens versus Independence because that's one I gotta use. Hey, Manuel.
Would you go
Really?
live and request me to go live?
What's that?
I said William Downey asked, would you go live and request me to? Like, would you do like like a ride along? I guess is what he's saying. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I would, but I haven't had the chance yet to do that. Have it. Oh my God, have
Hey,
it.
I mean, wait till I get up there, and then you can have a duo. You can have the female duo, and we'll do live cop watch, live PD.
Down trying his hardest to get me and Tapatiles to go and visit with
That's what he
him.
said. That's what he said.
Yes, he's
So,
been
what are
trying
your
his
thoughts
hardest.
on that? I mean, really, because I was talking with Till for Life about that same subject, and he was like, you're gonna get backlash, from it for those who strictly are, cop haters and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but I wouldn't care. I mean, would it maybe hurt my feelings? Sure. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if it could
I
make
agree.
a little bit of a difference, you know what I mean?
Right, right. Well, I mean, I had that going. I actually have that going on right now with I don't really want to say her name,
Well, you don't have
but
to. Just
and I love her. I mean, I love her to death. But she came into my chat one day and she met Downey, and she's like,
oh, you mean
we were having there was like 4 or 5 different
accountability. I
conversations.
don't know what her name is now. Banana or
No,
Hannah.
she didn't have no problem with it. No,
Oh.
and I love her. She's great. She actually sent me the picture of her wedding ring
Oh yeah.
and the pictures of the wedding. Yes, but no, yeah, and she she's to me she was always great. I had no problem with her, but for some reason she just does not like Downey for some reason, and you gotta take Downey with a not with a grain of salt. You gotta take him with a grain of sugar because Downey is a jokester, like he's funny, like he wants to make you laugh.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, I don't know how I would take it if I did do a cop watch. I'm gonna try to be like serious, like, oh, we should be serious, and he's gonna be laughing. So, I mean, then that ruined the whole. I mean, it may not ruin the whole life, but everybody else is gonna be like, oh, that wasn't like a serious cop watch, or like I don't know.
Well, and that's kind of how I feel about my interview with him, right? I mean, hey, if he is a joker by nature, I'm not saying don't show that, right? But I want it to be like a serious conversation that might have some jokes, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people to view it wrong because I'm really trying to show what William Downing is proclaiming that he wants to do and is doing. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, and that's probably why I haven't done the whole right wrong. And then that may be my why I'm not. That's a good question, also. That's a very good question.
I mean, yeah, it
He
could
doesn't
go either
get
way.
that.
We're trying to be productive.
Right. I say give him a chance. I mean, it
Oh,
may be serious,
I
but
am.
maybe like he'll enlighten it just a little bit to where it's like a good laugh, but it's serious at the same time.
Right. He says, I guarantee I can be serious, but my whole life is a joke.
Exactly. See, exactly. I have an unpublished renewable unless you gave it to me.
Wow.
Mhm. You should use it. Also, you should just use it. Put it out there,
Put
especially
it
with
out
everything
there.
going on right now. Put it out there.
I mean,
Definitely
if
put
y'all
that out there.
haven't seen what Famously Infamous is uncovering uh in Illinois, I believe, it's just, you know,
I was
it's
getting a little bit
amazing.
of
It's
that earlier.
crazy. It's crazy.
Oh,
Uh and like Midwest
gosh.
is saying, when we were asking, what do you want to see in the next year? Um and whatnot. And Midwest was like, I want to see more people dig into their cities and see what's really going on. You never know what you could uncover, you know.
Great.
Uh
Who was I watching the other day? What's his name was here? Freedom, Freedom, Freedom News Now.
uh-huh.
He was here in Arizona, and he went into the Peoria station. So I've been wanting to do the Peoria station for a very, very long time, and I think he got something the other day that a couple of us Arizona guys need to look into and maybe look, I mean it's more my area and I can go to it. It's just with me not having a car and everything, I keep using that as my excuse, but pretty soon
You're right, but that's
I'm
an
probably gonna have
excuse.
some stuff too.
I
Right.
mean, well, and you can, as far as, you know, uh, FOIA requests and stuff, you can do that stuff online. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm or knowledgeable, I mean, that's right.
She will one day, Downey. She will one day.
What?
Caught her killing and arresting is a bit. Yeah, and it's not just black people nowadays. It's everybody. You guys don't just think it's black people every day. I mean, and they've been doing it for years. A lot of people are coming up missing. I believe in Florida right now, they're having a lot of young black men and older black men just being hung. A few women too. They found hung and they're putting it as suicide. It's not suicide. There's no way you're gonna put yourself all the way up on a damn tree and hang yourself. There's no way.
No, I mean, the likes
Especially
of
if you're
that.
intoxicated or they've found some kind of chemical in your body. You did not take
Yeah.
yourself up there because you were out.
Yes, I have to discuss it with a financial
Come
manager.
in.
So, I mean, she does know I would be going out to Arizona.
Does everyone don't? I don't know. I'd have to
Doesn't
ask Greg D because
everybody?
he's done more. He's done more of the 4 years. I have yet to do any 4 year requests. I know. I wanted to watch. I think it was SJD's. I believe he's done a couple of them on for Arizona. If not, maybe I could do one and fill it out. Find a way to fill it out and do it online for just the Arizona people. And I suggest every state do it because I know Audit Them does it, and I wouldn't mind learning from Audit Them. But that's a totally different state, so their FOIA request may be something else. Like I know, so one of them's got the Sunshine Law. Just every state has something, so just learn your state.
Hmm.
Learn your. We got ARSs because it's the Arizona Revised Statutes. They don't trump with any of the laws, the federal laws, but we have to use those to get into the federal or to the Supreme Court. So you have to start with your ARSs or your RSs out in your state to even get over there. Would it? Let's get some multiple resources. Yes,
I got
yes,
an RV hookup.
that's my plan
Shoot.
also. That's my plan. I would love to do that, and my plan is to pick up Gregory and take him with us. I mean, he doesn't like to cop watch, but if we can get Gregory to do something in the
I
band,
don't think that he does. I know he has said that. I think it's just he doesn't know what would happen. So I think the not knowing, you know what I mean, is probably what scares him. Um, I mean, at least I know
Gregory
that's
doesn't
what.
have the patience. To me, Gregory doesn't have the patience to wait around to wait for the cops to show up, or like for you to go searching around because he said it. I
Yeah.
mean, and he's
Yeah.
done cop watches with Ice Cold, and to
Right.
me, like even earlier, I mean, him watching it, he was fine with watching it, but to be on scene, I don't think Gregory is gonna. He he doesn't have the patience for that, and then for a cop to tell him something that Gregory's hard headed, like most of us are hard headed. We
Yeah.
don't want to be told what to do, and why are you even
I'll tell
trying to
you
tell
what,
us
I
what
went
to do?
out, right. I went out with NC Tyrant Hunter, and anybody who knows him, he does, businesses and stuff like that. We
Hmm.
got him to switch it up one night that he was here and did cop watching. She wasn't
Hmm.
having that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you go out all night and you might not catch a thing,
Right.
or it could be like my last video that I put out, you know what I mean? Like we came up on it and it just ended. So we didn't get anything. But then right then something happened and it was just like, bam, it was right time, right place, you know?
Right.
Um, so you just never know. Ozo says, are
'Cause
there
we,
gangs in the Arizona PD like LAPD?
I think so. I think Mesa has one. Mesa has but then again, like I haven't been out, so I have no idea. I want to say they do, but I know
When's the
in
last time you
Mesa,
went out? Has it been
um,
a grip
I want to say November.
of last year
Hmm.
or this past year or the year before?
Yes, it's 2024 or 2023.
We're in
I'm
2024.
trying. I haven't even wrote it yet, so I already know I'm gonna write 2023 on everything.
I,
So
I
I
was
should
thinking
probably
that
do that
earlier
before
today.
that,
I was like, how many times am I going to write 2023?
and we will for the whole month of July or January. You will. You you send a card to the family. Thank you. The family. I believe when they had the funeral, I believe the family was was. I mean, they were heartbroken. The father was very very heartbroken because like that was his gaming partner. Jason was his gaming partner. Um, the I to me, I think the father had more of an issue, a hard time with it. The mother had a hard time with it, but the mother's sister who was there, I think they said she ended up getting arrested for having some part in it. And I'm
Mhm.
like, like how were you even at a funeral where
You
or how,
had a,
how do you show your face when it was something? Yeah, it may have been not been from you, but it was from a guy that you messed with or had something with, or it was something. I think it was her boyfriend
mhm,
who was driving the car, that that 33-year-old guy
right.
that saw them and was like, and they said there was a 17-year-old in the passenger seat. They had the 14-year-old driving the two kids, and it was like midnight. And I'm surprised we even got anything because right after that we didn't catch anything else. I don't remember catching anything else that night. I think we ended up going home because we were all traumatized.
Right. Yeah, that would have traumatized me. I mean, for sure. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I can't even
I'm
imagine.
just glad I didn't go to the car because there was no way I would probably be even going back out to cop watch. And I've gone back out with that comment or the question that also was saying earlier that with the cops the last time in that one video that you were playing and that we had playing in the background earlier.
Mhm.
So those cops, they weren't even paying attention to Tapatias. He was on the other side. I happened to walk down to get a different angle from the lights that were flashing before they
Right.
towed that guy's car, and then they let him. Basically took his car, and he had to walk and find a ride home. Like we're real. I mean, that's what we're really doing. And then they did. I think that night they had a tow truck. And then a couple of times before that, they didn't even have a tow truck. They got a guy that was in full uniform get in the car and drive the car away.
Mhm.
And that was even interesting. I'm like, so now we're just stealing cars, and it doesn't matter what kind of car. It could be a beat up car. They're gonna take it.
Right. So I think this is like the oldest one that I found on your
Yeah,
page, like
that's the very
years
first
ago.
one. And it's
So do you
crazy because
remember doing this one?
I do, yeah. That was one of my very first videos. So that one I call is a concentration camp.
Mm-hmm.
I call that a concentration. What it was at first it was a retirement home because my aunt worked there. It was called the Fountain. After that, I believe the government seized it,
Yeah.
and so now it's a government place that they have kids in, and the kids they had the kids what is it called, out playing basketball, but it's all blocked off where you can't see back in the back, and yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I was going crazy with the camera on that one. Now I think that
So
was my
my
very first time.
11-year-old is totally into what I do. Oh crap, wrong one. Wrong one. Is totally totally into what I do and wants to go cop watching. And so I'm glad you asked that because I'm on the fence, right? Like I want him to go with me so he can one learn what I'm doing, um, but two, like then that mommy instinct comes in and goes, "Come on, do you really, because what if something goes wrong or whatever, whatever, And so I told him, I would take him on something that would happen, or I would take him on a cop watch like during the day, right? When nothing could get mistaken. Well, pray that nothing gets mistaken for something it's not, or there's just more light, more visibility, right? Everything can be seen kind of thing,
Hmm.
so but I mean I you don't have kids, right? But if you had a kid, I mean, and maybe one day you will, how would you feel about your child wanting to go cop watching?
I would think it was awesome, and then I can teach them the rights. I mean, look at what inspired me really is San Joaquin and Amagansett, because they do take their child out there, and for me to see that San Joaquin's every one of his boys, even his daughter she does
Mhm.
voiceover for one of his channels. So everybody in the family is doing something, whether they're out there cop watching or if they're even behind the scene. You have somebody that can do something in your family. Why not
So,
use them? Like
right.
give them
In your
opportunity as
opinion,
well.
is there a suitable age, or I guess what age do you think would be looked at as being, okay? Like teenager, I mean, and I'm asking for my own personal reference and people in chat. I mean, hey, look, my 11-year-old wants to go. Do I take them? Do I not? Should I? I mean, I'm curious because, like you said, so let me tell you, I got a 8-year-old, 11-year-old, a 18, and a 21-year-old. Plus my little baby, but she can't speak. So I asked all four of them, what's the First Amendment? And not one of them could fulfill, all five
Mhm.
prospects of it. And of course,
Right,
only the two older ones could, even name a few of the five. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like, I understand that you don't have to take them out cop watching to, educate them. I get that. But, you know, so Patricia says
But you got
16,
to think
William
too that.
Downey says 13, 14.
But to your 11-year-old, right? Your 11-year
Yeah,
old is already asking questions or knows a little bit more than the adult ones, right? So your 11-year-old could maybe be, instead of going out or like doing the surprise, oh, we're gonna do a cop watch that night. Well, maybe
right.
have he or she maybe kind of educate the older ones as like just kind of practicing, so when they get to be a certain age to maybe even just pick up a camera and be like, oh, here, and at the same time give them the camera and just let them go at 11 and see where it goes, because I mean there's the one There was one I saw it earlier again, but he was, I think, 12 or 13. He has a body cam on, but he was on his bike, and the lady, she's a Karen. I mean, it's a Karen video.
Oh, I
She like
remember
pushes
that
them,
one.
pushes them. So at the same time, like they're at the park sometimes. So maybe it's a good thing that, they know to, oh, maybe let me just pick up my phone and record, or, because there's always going to be a Karen or a Darren, or there's going to be somebody that's going to be bigger and better, or, that bully that's going to be picking on them. Get a video of them. Nowadays, you
Right.
can record everything. Why not? You might have a teacher that's hitting the shit out of somebody in one of the classes and nobody wants to say anything. Well, record it.
I just went through, I don't know, about 3 or 4 videos of parents hiding a camera in their elementary school age children, sending it to school with them to listen to what's going on. And
Yep.
I was in tears. I was baffled. I could not believe the stuff that was being said to these elementary schoolers, and like 1 or 2 of them was from, special needs kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it was just
Yep.
like it's just
Yep.
insane, insane. But
Hmm.
that's another
Or the
reason
one,
why
did
I
you?
don't want to put my, child in daycare. Like she don't need to
My
go to
child is not
daycare.
going to daycare at all. If I
I
ever have a
mean, just
child, my child's are not going to daycare. Nope.
You know, I'm
Nope.
even questioning putting her in school. I think I just might homeschool her. You know what I mean? I mean, I really have gotten to that point, and I mean, it's sad because, but then it's not because, I mean, I remember in high school, I got jumped by 5 colored ladies that didn't like me talking to one of their brothers, because I was white, and I'm just like, like just frivolous stuff like that, and I'm just like, you know.
Seeing if you had the recording, you would have been already, I mean, they would have probably still jumped you, but you had the recording. Because
Right,
nowadays, that's what
right.
students are getting in trouble for that. Like they're writing stuff on the walls. Well, somebody recorded it
Mhm,
and they put it on their social media. So now they got in trouble. So now then they're also learning, oh, social media is not such a good thing after all. And being on the internet is not a good thing after all. So they're kind
mhm.
of learning their thing too. They're learning the good and the bad. But I mean, it's having to take, oh, this person said this about you. And it's out there forever. Like the little girl, like I think it was like, what was it, 5 or 6 years ago, somebody was posting all her pictures of her. They were like, oh, send me this, and she sent it to a little boy and he posted all of it. So that whole
Mhm.
family got in trouble. The parents got in trouble and the little boy got in trouble. But those pictures of that little girl's out there forever. Well, I
Right.
mean, there's no taking that back. So, and and that's why I say, if you have a problem with me, just have a problem with me. If we want to address
Mhm.
it, let's address it. If we're not, then don't.
Right.
What if my kid wanted to be a cop? Then I mean, I'm gonna support him, but I'm also gonna make sure that he knows his rights or his or her rights. But she's also got to know
And
that you'll have a certain point. My child's not gonna go and be a cop, not knowing the
don't be
freaking
a
rights
cheek
of the
turner.
people.
Right. And a cheek turner. You know what I mean? Because like my 8-year-old has here and there said, well, I want to be a cop. Great, but be the cop that stands out from the others. Be the cop that says
Hmm.
something when something is being wrong, wrong or done wrong. You know what I mean? Like
But see,
that's the kind
they're
of cop
scared of
I
that
want you to
too.
be.
But they're
Oh,
also scared of that too. Not to interrupt you, but there was
no, yeah.
there was the one that literally got his life. I mean, they unalived him
Hmm.
because he spoke out against it. They went and every one of those cops got a lick on him. I'm not sure. I think they are getting ready to go to trial on that. But every one of his fellow officer beat the hell out of him, and I mean, they like literally tore him up to the point where he was not walking out of that building. He did not get up and walk out at all. I think they even had a
Right.
close casket on it because they done a number on him. And then, or you have the one lady officer who was trying to
That
stop
was
that
stood
one
up to
guy
her
that was beating the hell
sergeant,
out of the. Hmm.
and then the sergeant turned around and cold cocked her in the face. I remember that.
He choked her. He choked her.
Or choked her. Yeah. Yeah.
He choked her. He was about ready to choke her out.
Hmm. I mean, I've
And
seen a
I
couple
think she
of
ended up getting
videos.
fired for that.
Yeah.
No, well, he got fired, but I think she got demoted or something. Something happened to her too. But that, those are the people we want in place. We're these old guys that are in there that are still doing the thing that they've been doing all this whole time, which is
Right.
all the illegal stuff that they shouldn't be doing. But
Mhm.
and now they're bringing the young guys and they're doing the same stupid stuff too. So it makes
Well, and
it's just
again, I can't. Please go check out, Famously Unfamous and his uncovering of it, because that's exactly what it is, the corrupt system. This woman officer, decided to be a whistleblower and shed light on all that. I think her name's Jody. I could be wrong, but share all the light on what's going on, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? And what's even crazier is the stuff that they put her through. Like you're saying, the
right.
retaliation for speaking the
Mhm.
truth and the retaliation of doing what's right. So many
Right.
officers do question, if I say something, what's going to happen? I mean, I've
Right.
seen interviews with officers that have had retaliation against them, for
Right.
doing what's right.
Or they lose their job. They're like, oh, well,
Yep.
you're no longer here. Or even I think it was a city worker. She said something against the cop, and she ended up getting fired. They ended up terminating her job, but she ended up suing, and I think she got quite a few million off of that.
Right. But
And
again,
I
who
don't think
paid
she
that
went back.
money?
I don't think she went back. Well, we are, of course, with our taxpayers. But then again, if we were smart and we'd all come together and stop fighting each other, we can all stop that tax crap. We can stop the
Mhm.
tax crap. We can stop Biden and all the stuff he's doing. We can stop all these wars that we shouldn't even be doing. Like, it's we the
Or
people.
have they or
It's not.
participating in, right. I mean, we
I mean,
can't
billions
even
of
protect
dollars.
our
We
own.
can't. We can't help the homeless people, but we're gonna go send billions of dollars, and we're gonna let people in these high rise motels and hotels and stuff that the government, I mean, that supposedly the government's paying for, but we the people are paying for that too, and we can't even put our own people in freaking a hotel, let alone a 5-star hotel. We can't even put them
Mhm.
in a 2-star or 1-star. Like, I mean, and a lot of them don't want it, but then at the same time they can have it. Why not give them the option to get it?
Mhm.
He
Crazy,
and
crazy.
everybody's saying that you have or that they could buy sweets. We can do other things. They don't have to just be sweets. There's other things out there. There's dips. There's all kinds of stuff, people. Not just sweets. And not everybody wants baked goods. You can get whatever you want as long as it's a recipe out there and I can find it and I can make it.
There you go.
I'll make you a
Well,
green
I'll tell
bean.
you what, we've been on for 2 hours, and I hear my little Miss Justice screaming in the background. Porto's like, probably, "Get your ass out here!" But,
All
so I'm
right.
gonna put you on full screen, and I want you to just, tell people who you are, what you do, and then I'll take us out with a outro.
Okay, dokie. I'll try. Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. I'm Westside Accountability, aka Karina. KRC, it doesn't matter. Since I already told everybody, and pretty much you already know, anyways. Um, I watch. I hoping to do some audits this year, so I may be doing that coming up. What else? I bake. I braid my own hair. Um,
My heart.
I want 2 nose rings because these ones are no good no more. Maybe get some new glasses soon. Other than that, it's just
I
me being
love you,
slow.
girl.
I gotta go slow because it's been a minute. But anyways, everybody have a good one. It's good seeing you. Thanks everybody for coming in and giving A Dot some love.